Hi, I'm Sherry McGill, and you're watching Lessons Learned. Welcome back to Monday Quilt Chat. Good to see you here again. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope you had a great weekend. I managed to get my shimmer block quilt done. Not done, but the quilt top, it's all put together. You'll see that on Friday. That's probably the most significant thing I got done this weekend. I had, when I saw you on Friday, I had a couple of blocks left to do. Maybe two or four, I don't remember. But I got all those done, and I got my rows put together. So it's a 4 by 5 block quilt. It's a good lap size or throw size, you might say. So that feels really good. I think I might jump right in and go ahead and put that together and quilt it this week if I get a chance. If I can make the time to do it with all this cleanup we've been doing, or I've been doing in here this past week, it does hinder my progress a little bit as far as projects go, quilt projects go, because right now my entire cutting board is covered with stuff. This side of the room, like if you went from one corner to the opposite corner diagonally, this side is good to go, except for I haven't redone my decorating yet. The other side is pretty full of stuff. So pretty soon I'll be able to put things in their place. I have some shelving coming that's going to arrive this week, and I can start putting that in and putting things away and getting things in order by the end of this month so it can start the year off great. That's the objective, isn't it? I hope you're able to do some of these tasks that have been showing up in the shorts videos every day, and I'm going to continue that through the month, as many as I can. My plan is to do 28 days, I think. I'll just leave out 3 days, and we'll have put a pretty decent dent, if not completed, our sewing areas so that they're nice and clean and ready for 2023. So, I had my sewing group Zoom meetings. I had one on Thursday. I had one on Saturday for a little while. A few hours here and there. Sewing with others really does motivate you and keeps you on the task. And so I always enjoy those. And so I had a chance to do that. I watched the So Yeah D-Stash on Saturday night, and I ended up with a few things. And let's see what else happened this weekend. I think that's pretty much it. It turned really cold. The clouds cleared up, thank goodness, because a cold sunny day is way better for me than a warm cloudy one. So I was happy about the sun coming out. And let's see, what else do I have for you? Oh, besides my sewing groups, I also, when was it? Well, it's while I was watching the D-Stash. I decided to get my scrap quilting out. And I actually did a few pieces of that. I hadn't done that for a long time. If you've been with me for a while, you remember I had that big, long, like big runner size, I'd say, piece done. And I probably got another piece about this big done, and another couple of pieces about like this. So that was kind of fun, and change of pace. That is always good to do. If you get in a slump with your quilting, or you just want something new and exciting to do, you can always pull your old scraps out, and they become new again when you make scrap blocks. So that was fun. I enjoyed that. Yeah, making progress on the cleanup. I've got almost a whole bin of trash. My donate bin is overflowing. My relocate is overflowing. I have nothing in the sell box yet. I haven't found anything I felt was of any value to sell yet, but I might do that before it's over. Probably will. I moved some of my tables around to my sewing table. Obviously, I'm in a different spot. Usually I'm turned the other way towards this window right here. So you're getting a different view of the room. I hope the lighting is okay. I have a light directly above me, and I have more light in front of me, I think. So that's kind of the key to get an enjoyable video to watch as far as lighting goes, is to get the light in front of you and not behind you too much. So hopefully this will turn out okay. And if I leave my table here like this, which I'm thinking about doing because it allows me so much more room in the front to lift up the extra table area that pulls up on the table, I think that will make more sense than running it against this wall, because I don't know, I just feel like it's going to be better. I'll try it, and if I don't like it, I can always change it, can't I? Everything's on wheels in here, almost, except my cutting table. Okay, so what else have we been doing? Oh, I received a copy of the American Quilter magazine this weekend. They don't come real often. You get, I think, 6 in a year. So this one is pretty packed full of stuff. So I'll share some of this with you. The American Quilter Society, if you're a member, you get this magazine with that membership. And I think my membership was $34 for a year. And that gets you discounts. You get an email every day, or almost every day, with special offers that will direct you to different quilt shops, online shops. They have patterns. They have notions that they recommend to you, things like that. Everything quilting, you know, like you would expect. There's a couple of things in. Oh, here's an ad for the Cave sewing machines. Do any of you have the Cave sewing machine, or would you like one? Leave me a comment. It's pretty. I wouldn't buy it though, just to have a Cave sewing machine. Berninas are kind of expensive as it is. Yeah. Here's an article on Indigo quilts. I was talking a little bit about the history of Indigo quilts. If you remember, I spoke about red and green quilts here a while back. That was from this magazine, not this one, but a prior magazine. Just reading through here, I thought it was interesting. It said Indigo quilts is a fad, kind of like the red and green quilts, and quilt historians note the fad and have various theories about its widespread popularity. It says the least likely is that women who supported the temperance movement or anti-alcohol movement adopted the blue and white color scheme for their quilt making. Blue and white were the colors used by the Women's Christian Temperance Union in their banners and clothing. Historian Roderick Kirakofe writes that 19th century women were perhaps influenced by the blue and white patterns of the woven coverlets found in so many homes. I would add woven plaid blankets and whole cloth indigo quilts to the list of commonly found indigo blue textiles. Fabrics dyed with indigo will withstand multiple washings without fading, and the stark contrast between the deep blue fabric and the white or cream background is just plain beautiful. The time frame for the greatest number of indigo and white quilts begins in the third quarter of the 19th century, that's around 1860, and continues for the next 60 years. Interesting, that's the same time period, I believe, of the red and green, if not just a little bit later. It says many two-color quilts were made, in my opinion, as a reaction to the abundance of fabrics and work in making a crazy quilt. Makers Simplified. So it says here you can find them in all sorts of patterns, as we see in these pictures that I was showing you. Indigo is really more of almost a navy shade, even though it does have that purpliness to it. A lot of modern indigo fabric seems to be more of a, in my opinion, of a royal blue or a medium range of blue. But it really started out as a dark blue. Let's see what else we can find in here. Oh, this pattern. Woo. Anybody want to try this? I'm just kidding. That's going to be a lot of little hand sewn pieces, I would say. Soul Fire is what it's called. Soul Fire. Look at the individual piece you would have to make. Wow. See what else I can find in here. Oh, here's a farm one. This is called Rise and Shine. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh, there's a in-depth article on tension and timing. And it said right off the bat that if it's timing, it's not something you can deal with. It's something that your sewing machine technician needs to deal with. But there's a bunch of information here and pictures on tension. So I want to read that through really good. Here's one called Flutter. That's a pattern in here. It's using some templates. And then they have a section on the quilt show in Des Moines, Iowa, the AQS quilt show there, and all of the winners. I really like this quilt. Way beyond my set of skills. I don't even think I will be able to go there in my lifetime. Some beautiful quilts in here. I like this yellow one too. Gorgeous. I probably should make more smaller wall quilts that use a lot of small intricate stuff, just to kind of dip my toes in it, and then I'm always enthralled with the fiber art. Just so realistic. Here's another called Mostly Nines. It's a 9-patch pattern. I like those fabrics. See if they say what fabrics they are. Doesn't say what line they're using, but that's very pretty. It might be several. And then there's another in-depth article on quilt sizes. What are the standards on quilt sizes, and how do you add or take away to be able to get the quilt sized for a specific bed? And also about the overhang and how that factors into it. How to calculate it based on your mattress height and so forth. All of us can take our tape measures and try to do it, but if there are some standards and rules out there, we should use them to be accurate. Here's one called Garden Glimpses. It's pretty. Uses fusible web, that one. And I like this churned daisies. But these look like windmills. says churn dash blocks provide the backdrop for daisy windmills turning. Check that out. Super cute. Although the windmills themselves don't show up much, but it's a cute pattern. And then there's another article on free motion quilting circles, or on the long arm, and what patterns you get yourself going in so that they come out uniform or somewhat uniform, like this. So that's the magazine this month. I'm going to read some more in it. Yeah. That's it. This is they're calling it January 2023. If you are looking for a copy, I think you can go online and buy them individually. Okay, so now for our designer spotlight. I have one more left to do from Benartex, and I have chosen Amanda Murphy, and I will put a picture of her on the screen. You can see her, and this is what the website says about Amanda Murphy. It says, is a quilt and fabric designer whose style bridges the modern and traditional. She is a Bernina expert and quilting and long arm spokesperson. In 2018, she designed both a quilt and a fabric line to commemorate Bernina's 125th anniversary. Amanda is an international teacher, pattern designer, and fabric designer for Contempo of Benartex. She designs quilting templates and rulers for brewer sewing, embroidery, and quilting collections for OESD, and has authored several books for CNT Publishing, including Ruler Work Idea Book and Ultimate Guide to Ruler Work Quilting. Amanda enjoys every part of the quilting process, from choosing fabrics to integrating piecing and applique techniques to the quilting itself. The best part of her job is seeing people use her fabrics, books, and patterns to create their own works of art. And I'll put up here on the screen a few screenshots that I took of some patterns that she's done and some fabric lines, or at least a sampling of a fabric line or two. So she does some great work, and she looks like she enjoys her job. I'm hearing her name more and more in the quilting world. But it says she designs quilting templates and rulers for Brewer Sewing. And I think the Soya brothers are going to be at the Brewer Sewing, I think that's what they said, warehouse soon for Notions. I believe that's Notions night on December 13th, 2022. So, who knows? Maybe Amanda Murphy will be there. Doubt it. So, next week I will start with another fabric company and pick two designers from them. And in the meantime, there's our two from Benartex. And always nice to hear what the designers, what their backgrounds are, what their thinking is, what their philosophies are, their styles, and how we come to have all the wonderful fabric that we have through them. So interesting. And as I said last week, go on to Benartex site, benartex.com, and look up the designers there. There's many, many more. They have plenty. And there's lots of free patterns there. If you click on patterns and or free patterns, pages and pages of patterns will pop up. You can download them onto your device and print them out if you like, and be able to have a free pattern to sew with right from the site. So highly suggest that, because patterns can be expensive sometimes, and you know, it's easy to say, oh, that's just $10, that's just $12, but check it out. It might be something free or something like it free on one of the fabric companies' websites. So I think that's it for my Monday quilt chat today. And I'm just going to keep working on this room. Yeah, I don't have any. Yes, I do have one loose end on a project, and that is my vintage mystery, the 3-inch muslin I want to put all the way around it. I need to do that this week. But I'm kind of taking it easy on projects so that I can get my room done. And I hope you're doing the same. I hope you're getting some loose ends tied up, as well as creating a gorgeous space to quilt and sew in. So I will see you on Wednesday. We have our collaboration video for Wednesday, and you'll get to see what that is and get to know some other YouTubers that way. And I will be sending out those shorts videos every day this week. So have a great Monday and the rest of the week, and I will see you on Wednesday. All right, bye.